What's up, guys? Sean here, and we got a steel video. I want to talk about a steel that I'm just so excited about that I think this is a steel that's gonna force me into making some knives. I really don't like knife making. I suck at it. It's difficult to do, but nobody's using this steel, and I want to use this steel, and it's just oh my god, Nitro V. So Nitro V is a steel made for the New Jersey Steel Baron. They're the only guys that have it. It's affordable. And here's the cool thing about it. Basically, it's like AEBL, but they add a bit of vanadium and they also add some nitrogen hardening to the steel. So to me, that's just mind blown. That is amazing. So it's not the fact that you get insane amounts of vanadium carbides because it's not a powdered steel. Okay, you can't add a ton of the vanadium in there because it's going to clump everything up. You're going to need the powder the steel. But the thing is, when you add some of that vanadium in there, it'll allow you to basically soak in a lot more of those alloys at higher temperatures without causing the grain to explode. All right, so you'll be able to keep the grain size really, really small. And then the fact that you have nitrogen in there, nitrogen is a very mysterious thing, right? Because nitrogen can be used to harden the steel. Okay, so you can use nitrogen to make the steel harder, almost like carbon. Carbon is used to make steel hard. Carbon is a magic ingredient. In high amounts, it makes the steel really, really hard, or it makes it really, really tough, if you add it in low amounts. So you can substitute carbon for nitrogen. But then there's something strange that happens with the chromium where you get this strange thing that I don't fully understand right now, where you have nitrogen that can bond with the chromium to make something really, really hard, a very, very hard particle. But, I mean, this could all just be hearsay. But on some of the knives I've used that have this kind of nitrogen and chromium mix, in high amounts, it was really impressive. Most notably on the CTS BD1N. Nobody gives that steel the time of day, because they just say, oh, okay, BD1N or BD1. Yep, BD1's nothing. But it's BD1N. They take the nitrogen, they add nitrogen to it. So that steel is so significant because there's no nitrogen steel that has that high amount of carbon, okay? So BD1 is basically 0.80 and up, right? It's 0.80 to almost 0.90. So it's a ectictoid to hyper-ectictoid steel, right? You got a lot of carbon to it. A lot of these nitrogen hardened steels have extremely low carbon content, right? So they're just trying to make a rust-proof steel, something like LC200N, basically that NASA ball bearing steel. And it's kind of they use the nitrogen just to kind of replace the carbon, all right, so that they can get it rust proof and it can still take a great edge and stuff. It's very, very tough stuff, But the fact that you can just add carbon and nitrogen, at high amounts, that does something very significant. And BD1N can actually get a working hardness up at 63 HRC and still be really, really tough and hold a great edge. And I haven't really been able to get my hands on any of the BD1N stuff, which is really, it breaks my heart because so far that's been a very, very, very fun steel. I've only gotten a chance to try it once. I think Dennis Epstein, the owner of Apogee Knives, he's actually the guy who has, some knives being made with Yaxel cutlery, and you can pick up a chef knife in BD1N. Yeah, highly recommend it. That's some really cool stuff. But this steel right here, Nitro V, this should be interesting, huh? And we look at the alloy content right here. And essentially, it just looks like 14C28N, but they add some vanadium in there. So what I'm hoping with this steel is that maybe you can do a higher austenizing temperature without having to worry about grain growth, which means that maybe you can soak more alloy, more carbon into the austenite, and then maybe get a much, much higher working hardness out of the steel, when you go and quench it and temper it and all that stuff and give it the old cryogenic. That could be really sweet, man. I don't know. It's pretty affordable, too. Let's see what thicknesses they have. Maybe something like a kitchen knife, or so, that'd be a good size for that. And width, 2-inch. And you can only do 49 inches of it. And you look at the price. Oh my God! Look at the price of that steel, man. That is cheap. That stuff is cheap, man. If you're a maker out there, if you know how to make knives really good, man, you need to buy this stuff. you need to figure out how to get the working hardness up in like the mid 60s, man. And oh my God, this is gonna be beast. I think what's so exciting about it is that it would have just such a fine grain structure to it. It would sharpen great. It would be tough. It would just be awesome, man. I mean, it's not probably gonna hold an edge like S30V. It's not gonna cut that long. It's not gonna be as wear resistant. Who knows though, man? There's a lot of possibilities with this steel that are not being explored. So this is something I'm really excited about. I don't have anyone to talk to about this. I'm hoping maybe somebody out there will also be excited because I'm excited about this stuff. I'm about to buy some of this stuff. No guarantees if I'll make anything cool with it, but I like this steel, man. That looks sweet. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.